Who is ready for the gem quest, my friends? We are in season 2 and we got a full guide for you here today to break this down so that you are successful in the gem quest. This one, we got happiness in ore, my friends. Thank you for tuning in today. I appreciate your support. Thank you for the likes and the subs. Additionally, questions, comments along the way, let me know. I'd love to hear from you as always, and join us in our amazing community Discord server. So a couple things. This thing is a ton of fun. We got an entry level guide here to kind of set you up for success. Stay tuned because we got the fully maxed out one as well, my friends. It's pretty awesome. So regardless, let's get to it here today because you are here to learn more about the gem quest and how to be successful. All right, hiya, you're here to mine. I'll help you out. Let's mine some ores. All right, here's a pickaxe I found for you. It's a must-have for mining, so make sure to upgrade it when you get minerals. How do you get minerals? Try tapping the start mining button below. All right, here we go. Now, a couple things about this. We get to move around here on the screen, as you can see in the lower left, because I am using the Google Play emulator. I do have the link or video for you if you want to use that. Otherwise, you are going to use your thumb to kind of move it around. And it does make a difference. I've actually found it to be easier playing this way than I have, just because my finger's not sticky or something. Who knows? Regardless, what we're going to do is drag the mining area to start mining. Break ores to get minerals. You can see that in the size of the circle. So you got to keep the stuff in the circle, my friends. And then tap. There are multiple ways to mine. Feel free to experiment as well. Okay, now let's mine as much ore as we can. So now you want to stay like right in these spots, okay? And then it's going to break just like that. Try and keep them close. We'll see if we can get that one up here. We might run out of time. There we go. We got it. All right. Very, very cool. Look at this. We got some minerals. So now right here, we've earned this much chocolate minerals and our score. You can get this way up into the thousands later, my friends. All right, you can find new ores and even new cookies to mine by learning mining perks. All right, create team with cookies that work well together. We're gonna go check that out here in a second. We're gonna upgrade this a few times here, get this thing up. Now, why do I do this? This is gonna help us mine faster, break these things down quicker, and ultimately get us to where we need to be. See, look at that, 2 hits now. So ideally, there's a balancing act here on where you're going to spend your minerals, right? We're going to do this quickly. The faster you move around, the more you can get. So there's a nice balance, like I said, to make it happen. Mining complete. Look at that, 410. Now we're up to 2,000. So you can keep moving it up. We'll do 2 in a row. Sometimes it's fun to kind of get a few in a row so that you can then focus on where you need to. We'll hit all of those right there. That was a good one. And then just kind of watch where they're coming. There's some key tricks and tips we'll share here in a second on all these blocks. There we go, or ores. Perfect, 420, a little bit better. All right, so now we can either hit all those different ones right there, or we can just exit and choose which one we want to use. We also are earning pickaxe coins. Can max at 20,000. Those pickaxe coins can be very, very valuable here. I definitely get the epic topping tart. And then awesome for those fateful cookie tickets. A lot of players always asking for those. If you're interested, obviously Essence of Supremacy, and these are great too, Butter Ambers. All right, so lots of good stuff that you can take advantage. All right, so first we have the perks. So you're going to go into perks first. Here is the opportunity to get a second cookie. So, well, and here's how you do it. First, you're going to unlock Wizard Cookie. All right, so now we have max level. And then what we need to do is you need to increase the mining range here, okay? So at a certain mining range level, we'll be able to do more. So I think focusing on that right out of the gate is going to be super helpful. Here we can't do this yet. We need 5,000 to get the mineral cave. We'll cover that in a second. You can come over here to get ore fragment spawn rates to go up, just like this on both sides. And then sometimes just like that, you're going to see a new one. So that's another key tip and trick there. In order to do that, we're going to open all these up to 5, just like that. And here you go. You get a new mining perk right there. All right, so now when we go back, how do we get those second cookies? Well, here we got 124 of 160, so we need to get to 160 unlock, and as you see this, you'll continue to get more. Absolutely able to get to that 5. If we go back to the perks, you'll see here what we ultimately need to do is get that mining cave open, so we need to get to that 5,000. Then we got plenty of them right here to allow us to get to that second cookie, okay? And then additionally, you'll go all the way down. There are some things that are blocked from season 3. We've got more in season 2 here. Ultimately, you can get all the way down here to Shadow Milk and unlock these pieces in particular. And then certainly there's more there for 3 and 4. Now, super fun when you get all these unlocked, my friends. It does take a while. We'll come back towards the end of the episode and let you know exactly how long it took me to work through that. Now, though, we can definitely do it faster, and that was the point of this particular guide. All right, so a couple things you can pay attention here on the left. It'll show you what's open, what's available for upgrading from that side. We're at 390 though. We need to get to this right here, the 5,000, in order to knock these down and get to those. So let's do that. We'll get to that second cookie here. All right, let's start mining. And again, what you're going to see is we got more stuff here. And then again, that trick is going to be making sure that your mineral pickaxe, the mining pickaxe, does get better here so that you can keep breaking these things down. And what you'll find is as you continue to do these upgrades, there's a new one right there. We'll see if we can get it. That's definitely not going to be fast enough. It does make a difference. There's almost at 5,000. So let's do it again. So like I said, we got the new mineral in there. It's up here. Let's see if we can go get it. Now, I don't necessarily recommend wasting the entire 10 seconds to do this, but we're going to show you how long it can take. All right. So staying focused and slowly maxing out when you have the right stuff is going to be absolutely key. Look at how much less we got. We did get that one. Sometimes you may need to do it, but the reality is that's not how I would focus as you try and speed through this. All right. So here you go. Let's just get these, because as we unlock these things, they're going to be even better. That's kind of the idea on the scaling. All right. There we go. All right. So a little bit better there again, 2,000. So if we exit, now we should have that 5,000 there, which we do. So let's go back to our perks. We're going to unlock this. Perfect. So now we can get to these other ones, which is going to make this way faster. Oh, we need 900 still. While we're doing that, go to the cave. You can see what we have in the cave. You can upgrade here, right? So we got the 150. You can increase the time, which is going to make this more time to come back. All right. I shouldn't have did that yet. And then once you get 1,000 of each of these minerals, it will unlock those minerals. And the other one here is as you upgrade it, it's going to increase the yield that you see up here for those minerals. Okay. All right. So let's go again. We got some upgrades here on our pickaxe, make it a little bit better. We can start mining. Now, again, generally what you're going to want to do is when we talk about that scaling, you're going to want to pay attention to the upgrades that's going on in that perks and then against the actual pickaxe here. Now, if you saw this, we're able now to increase based off the last perk some of our space, right? So that's going to give us a better yield. Just like that, that's a huge jump in terms of that end score. Again, stuff that happens as you create and get better upgrades here from those perks. Okay, and we might be getting a little bit better. Let's see here. 1, 2, not quite yet. A little bit faster, but not quite as fast as we would like. So again, not where we want to spend our time, but you can test just like that. All right, let's go again. We need some more of that chocolate. And then we'll move into the next piece here. All right. All right, move around. I kind of like to move around in a circle, but another trick is as you're paying attention to what's going on here, you can really find some of those key ore areas to mine just like that. 820. All right, there we go. So now what are we going to do? We're going to go back to our perks here. We're close to unlocking. We're not quite there. There it is, 2 cookies. So once you get all the way through there, you make your way to those 2 cookies and you got to keep unlocking pieces. Okay. Here we can get mineral yields up as well. So that's going to help you. So let's get these up. I really like that. And then you can start to focus on some of these other side ones to kind of help you get some of these other cookies. Let's go ahead here. Let's get this one. So now that spawn rate's up. Can we unlock that? Yes, we can get raspberry. Perfect. All right. Over here, spawn rate's up. All right, do we have enough? We do. And you can keep going and collecting all the way through. All right, we'll get that one out of the way. Now, since we got 2 cookies, A couple of things that you can do. You can look at the combination ideas here. And as you unlock those cookies, it will kind of help you figure out which way to go. If we get strawberry, we can get these two combined. But right now, we're actually going to go with wizard because this is kind of a fun one. So let's go ahead and start mining with these two now. So what's going to happen is we got two, our space is a little bit bigger, which is that mining segment like we talked about. So now if we want to try and get two of these, there we go. Come on, team. All right, perfect. Now, again, not still taking a while. So what we need to do is I'll show you here in a second. We're going to run through this one more time because I want some more chocolate. That's what I want. I want that chocolate. All right, here we go. There's the fireballs. Look at that. Love it. From adding in the wizard cookie. Super helpful as those things hit just like that. All right, there we go. So now you can start to see other board interactions. We didn't quite get that, but let's go back to our upgrade. And now what we're going to do is we're going to keep getting this wooden pickaxe up. Makes a huge difference. Upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. Now we got into the other side here with the other minerals, which are the nougat minerals. All right, so now that it's fully maxed, we should, well, from the chocolate, we should be able to break these things a little bit quicker. There we go. Look at that. See, that's kind of the trick that you need to pay attention to, is maxing at below and getting into that next level where it allows you to start mining that mineral, because it's going to hit way faster, way harder, and allow you to get more of those minerals. So as you saw that. Okay, one more time here, and then we're going to go back in and close a couple other things out here in our guide. Come on, let's get the nougat. There we go. Now you can kind of pay attention where that fireball's hitting as well and move over to those spots. All right, we got some more. Let's exit here. All right, so we got the wooden pickaxe up almost to that 40. But like I said, you got that chocolate right up to the point there, right below it, and switches the upgrade, which means we can get more of those generally. Now on the perk side, we've added a couple different cookies here. In terms of where we're going, you can add, oh, look at that. We can get right there and go across. If we get that, then we can start grabbing time, a bunch of other things in here that's going to make us move much faster and be much more successful. All right, and then we also got the cave. I like to throw this perk on so you have it available as well as you're playing to collect. So keep those things in mind. And then really, let's see here, last piece are the relics, but you can't get the relics until 301. Okay, can't get them until 301, and this will max at 300, so you will not be able to get relics yet in this season. All right, and at the end of this season, we do have a season reset. At the beginning of each new season, your skills unlock cookies, collected minerals, and the mineral cave will be reset. At the same time, your pickaxe's potential maximum level will be increased and the shop restocked. All right, so what does that mean? That means the level cap of that pickaxe will go up. All right, so there you have it, my friends. We broke down everything that you need to know to be successful in Gem Quest here for Season 2. Lots of the cool things between the perks, where to focus, really on that main vein all the way down, adding a lot of these additional range ups, because that's what's going to allow you to get those additional cookies. And then as we look at these cookies and the pairings and unlock them, you want to start to look at the combination ideas to be successful. They are really good. I really like the lightning one with apple fairy cookie, and then slowly making my way towards the ones that I've enjoyed, whispers of deceit with apple fairy cookie. And then additionally, there was one other one in there, but that is it for today. Getting up to those three, and you'll see those stacks and the combinations right there and have some crazy output. And you can check out that episode as well here. Okay, so that is the cookies. And then last but not least, we talked about the cave and how to use the cave and the strategies between the wooden pickaxe and the mining, my friends. So everything that you need to know here to be successful for Gem Quest Season 2, happiness and ore, and certainly it's a lot of fun. Stay tuned for our fully maxed one as well. We'll showcase that here in a little bit. With that, thank you as always for your support. I appreciate the likes and the subs. If you still have a question, comment, let me know. I love to hear from you. Feel free to chat and and viewers, join us in our Discord server or post on the socials and tag me, because it's a lot of fun. I love seeing what you're doing and how you're enjoying this particular event as well. With that, until next time, my friends, get out there, happiness and ore, and until next time, keep on running.